morning, friends. It's the beginning of a new vlog. It is Saturday the 4th of June and I wanted to get started on my historical romance vlog. So if you haven't seen my TBR, I wanted to spend some time reading a lot of historical romances this month, and preferably the vast majority of them were supposed to be new to me historical romance authors, except there's one that's a recurring one. Today I wanted to start on it. I have currently 4 audios lined up for me and 2 physical books, and we will see if I manage another audio or another book. I don't know if I continue, if I finish these 2 books, if I will find something else, because I don't have that many different books, historical books to choose between, but I do have a couple of my Kindles, so maybe I should try and check it out if I can find one more. It depends a lot on when I finish a book. But in terms of audios, the ones that I have lined up for me right now is obviously the 2 books that I already had on there, which was Desperate Duchesses by Louisa James, and The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare. So those 2 books were already on my TBR before, and then I've had 2 picks for me. And it's only because there's only one who's actually answered me and helped me with some choices, and that was Sarah from The Bookish Knitter, so it's the only one I can go with. So she chose 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake by Sarah MacLean, and then we have A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman. Those 2 books I'm going to be reading as well for this vlog. And then we'll see if I am going to pick up a last one, maybe by The Wheel. We'll see what happens. So those are the 4 audios on my plate right now. And then I have 2 physical books, as I've mentioned. I have The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley, which is the one I'm going to be starting out with. The other book I have is The Flabber's Fake, and the other one I have is The Flabber's Baby Scandal by Laurie Robinson, the second book in the Sisters of the Rowan Trent series. So I'm looking forward to reading both. And this is the one that's obviously reoccurring because I've read the first book in the series. But wanted to let you know that today I am currently heating up breakfast. I am going to actually help out my sister. My sister is going to be working in this shop to help, like, her sisters-in-law, their baby shop kind of thing. They have all these things, but the problem is that they have like this 1-year birthday and have so many customers coming in that they are super stressed out about everything. So that happens, and because of that my sister has to help, but she also obviously has a kid. So while she is helping in the store, I'm going to look after Frida, my niece, who is 1 year old, so she has to definitely be looked after. We also have Buster's also going to be there, my nephew, but I think he is good at staying by himself kind of thing. So when I am going, I will probably have some sitting around time, and I'll try and start reading my book. We'll see how much I get through. I actually don't know. But this is a long weekend too, so just wanted to let you know that. We have Monday off from work because it is, I don't actually know what this is called in English. Let's see. Okay, so apparently it's called Whitsun in English. A Pentecost. Never heard of it before, but that is the long weekend this weekend. It's also Constitution Day tomorrow, as well as Father's Day in Denmark. So that's happening. Usually Constitution Day would be a day off, but since it's set on a Sunday, we were having the day off anyway, so it falls a little bit meh. But maybe next year it will be okay. We'll have a long weekend because it will be a Monday. Hopefully not at the same time as this long weekend too. Anyway, this was my first update. I am going to get ready to start out by reading something. I'm going to look and check and see if my food is almost ready. I'm kind of hungry, so yeah, see you later. Bye. Hello friends, it is my hair looks weird. It is actually Tuesday the next week. I haven't checked in since, when did I start this? Saturday probably. And yeah, but I ended up not reading very much Saturday. When I checked in with you, I talked about maybe being able to read while I was babysitting, but that was not possible because I was also obviously babysitting my nephew and he needed more attention than my niece. My niece was actually sleeping the majority of the time, but I also just got attacked by my cat. Or the camera was attacked. I also didn't really read. Then I read something Sunday, but also I've just not been in such a reading mood over the days, mainly because since Friday last week when Stranger Things came out, I started watching Stranger Things season 4 on Friday evening and on Sunday morning I watched episode 7, the most recent episode that's been released, and have to wait like a month for like everyone else for the episodes 8 and 9 to end the season. And so once I got a bit of a, like, you know, a hangover after finishing that, in the sense that I really enjoyed watching that. It was such an intense watching experience, because that happens every time I watch Stranger Things. I just watch it in one, like, I binge it as one does sometimes. And after that I decided to start over and rewatched season 1, 2 and 3, because I didn't manage to get to that before season 4 actually was released, because I wasn't in the hype. And then now I am I watched all 3 seasons plus episodes 1 to 5 of season 4 again. So I am almost caught up of my rewatch with everything, and it's actually been interesting rewatching the seasons, also with knowing the things that are happening in this season, sort of trying to see things, if like how far back they thought about where this series was going to go, and that's been interesting. But overall, season 1 was great. Season 2 and 3 entertaining, but not as high. I mean, season 3 had some moments that were better than season 2. Season 2, I think, just overall wasn't as good as the other seasons. And season 4 is probably, after season 1, my favorite, and I think it's because of the direction that it has taken and how it has sort of connected things to the first season and things that happened there. Without saying too much, I really have been enjoying that. And also, it's super creepy. I mean, it's been a little bit creepy like in all seasons, but I think this time it's different. Different than the other seasons for sure. And I've been enjoying the characters, especially like my favorite characters are, I mean, I don't know if my choices are a lot different than others, but Max, Dustin, and also Hopper and Will, those 4 are actually my favorite characters. And I don't think, at least Will doesn't have as much, he doesn't have as big as a role as, for instance, obviously Eleven and Mike. Mike is the most annoying of them, I think. Oh, and Lucas has his moments, but he's always like, I don't know. But yeah, Max and Dustin. But yeah, all of the characters are just great, and I always enjoy it. But I don't like the love triangle thing that's going on in this season. I don't know why we're having that again, because I thought we had grown past that. So I don't know what that's gonna end up with. But yeah, now I went on a Stranger Things tangent, and I haven't been talking about the books that I've been reading. Hold on. I had to change into my night stuff. I was getting restless. I have obviously started this. So getting to books now. I've obviously started this, and so I've been working on it, and I have made progress, quite a bit of progress actually. So I'm on page 122 of The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie. The thing is that I've started 2 historical books now, and keeping up with the books has been a little bit different than usual, because they're both historical romances, and they are similar in their... No, they're not similar, because they're actually very different. Okay, I don't know what it is. But this one follows woman named Mrs. Akerley. What was her first name? Beth Akerley. And she is a widow and is trying to get out in society again. She's been left a lot of money after her husband passed away. And then we follow Ian Mackenzie, who is the oldest of this. Is he the oldest? Because I feel like he's not the Duke. He's definitely one of, like a sibling. He is of Scottish descent and has like red hair and stuff. Not that that's anything important. I don't know why that's important. But my cat is playing. What was I saying? Ian is seen as kind of insane, not to be trusted, and actually deemed a murderer. Believed to be a murderer, not being convicted, but there's definitely been some speculation about whether he murdered this girl. So obviously things are happening with him, and then because there's another murderer and someone saw him leave this girl's house, he's immediately a suspect for another murder. But Beth and Ian sort of starts this acquaintance. They can't seem to stop seeing each other. We can definitely tell that Ian has sort of, I want to say, on the autism spectrum somewhere. He has some tendency, like the way that he sees things, it has some autistic tendencies at least. But it hasn't been mentioned, because at this time we didn't really have a term for it, I guess. So he's just seen as being crazy because he's not like everyone else. But Beth doesn't mind. She actually likes that he's sort of very blunt and very upfront about the things that he wants, and saying the things that he wants to do. So that has been interesting. So I'm enjoying this one so far, and I will be making more progress, I guess. The other book that I've been working on is Desperate Duchesses by Eloisa James, the first book in the Desperate Duchesses series. And this one is what I'm a little bit confused about. I think we have, I feel like we have multiple perspectives, and it's the first time that happens. Where's my book? No, my phone. But Rosemary is one of them. Roberta or Rosemary? Hold on. Yeah, Roberta. And she strikes this sort of interest in a man. who's a Marquis. No. Marquis. Nah, I don't know how to pronounce things. But this is definitely set in a different time than a lot of other historical romances that I've been reading. There's a lot of talk about them wearing wigs and stuff, and I don't believe that that's been in any of the Bridgerton books, at least. So I think it's from the 1700s, or maybe I'm not sure. We follow Roberta St. Giles, who falls in love with a man she glimpses across a crowded ballroom. A duke, a game player of consummate skill, and notorious rakehell, who shows no interest in marriage until he lays his eyes on Roberta. Yeah, that seems like that's what I've been listening to. Hello, Missy Mouse. Hi. I feel like she has very big eyes right now. I don't know if she's going to attack soon. The thing is, there's also one named Gemma, and I feel like she has her own point of views as well. Oh, she definitely has a lot of. I'm a little bit confused. But Roberta and whoever she has this thing going on with, I've forgotten his name. She's really good at playing chess, which is an interesting thing, and so she has taken up a challenge with, like, it's sort of like the way that they like have that romantic stuff happening. Like, she's getting into a relationship there where they don't, where the hero, like, not the hero, but the guy she is so sort of engaged to, like getting engaged to, doesn't mind that she is about any, like, doesn't care about her virtue or anything, so she's allowed to do whatever she wants, as long as when they, like, after the marital stuff, that they sort of see each other only for a bit, or at least not, or at least that she is, like, that she has to be careful with not being caught, like, seen with other men, kind of thing. Otherwise he actually doesn't really care. So it's definitely not going to be any romantic things going on with them, with the way that they're setting up their relationship. But so she has this other man that she has a deep attraction to, and as I said, she's playing chess, and he apparently also plays a lot of chess, or I don't know, but they've definitely found a way of spending their time playing chess together, but it's like in a, like, if it's like strip poker but with chess. So every time someone loses a chess piece, they have to lose an item of clothing or something like that. At least it's been like that a couple of times, so that has been fun. But I mean, I'm not hating on it or anything, but it's definitely not my favorite romance, and I think it's just a little too confusing for me. And that's what's but I definitely see the merit, and it's narrated by Rosalind Landor, who narrates the Bridgerton books, so definitely no problems with the audio in that way. I am I would say 75% into it, so I have an hour and 20 minutes left. I don't know if I'll finish that tomorrow, but I'll definitely give it a try. I'm both listening to it when I'm cooking at home and when I'm at work, so because having two audios going at the same time, I figured was going to be too much, at least when it's like both of them are historical romances. So yeah, this is my very lengthy update about what I've been reading so far, and now I'm going to be sleeping, maybe reading a little bit before, until I fall asleep, and then hopefully I'll check in, and then I'll check in with an update hopefully a little bit sooner not like in not so long. Yeah. Anyway, see ya. Hello friends, it is Tuesday the next week. I wanted to pop in because I've finished 2 books since I last spoke to you, plus this one, so 3 books. So let's talk about them. First up, I finished Desperate Duchesses by Eloisa James. And I liked that one, but I think I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. And the main reason was that it felt a little bit confusing in the way of telling the story and the point of views that we were getting. But I did enjoy the romances in itself. And I like the writing style, so definitely will try another book in the series in the future. So I'll definitely try out book 2 and maybe book 3, we'll see. It depends on how the next one goes and what I see of people's perceptions of the comic books. But I do know that people definitely seem to enjoy this series, so I will want to try and work on with it. The other book that I finished was The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare, which follows this girl. The thing is, I actually finished it on Friday, so it's been a while. And reading all of these historical romances has made me unsure if what is actually what with the books, like which one is has which characters. And yeah, something about the Duke being one of like the Duke is one of these has like scars on the face, like he's not good to look at kind of thing, and he has a hard time being able to find a woman who will marry him because of the way that he looks kind of thing. And so she needs, like, he strikes up a deal with her to become a duchess as long as he can marry her, and she'll like help him build up his, like get an heir so that he can fulfill his destiny kind of thing. But knowing that there will probably not be any love between them, but it will just be this marriage of convenience kind of thing. And overall I thought it was okay, but again, this is I think a 3 stars. But I've also seen that the majority of people seem to enjoy other Tessa Dare books more, and would probably recommend starting with a different series, but I don't know. I thought it was okay. I will definitely check out more by Tessa Dare because I enjoy the humor, and I think that's one of the things that she does really well. And it was also very steamy, like it had a lot of steam. Like the Duchess Deal did have too, but not in the same amount. I think that the Tessa Dare's book definitely had more, and it was a lot shorter, so yeah. And the third book that I finished was The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley, the first book in the Mackenzies and McBride series. And this one follows Ian Mackenzie, who is I don't know how far down the line he is, but he is part of the Mackenzie clan family, and his father put him in an asylum when he was very young and deemed him mad and insane, and he was treated very horribly. But he's like one of these, like he seems to be on the autism spectrum. He's able to remember everything that he sees, like had a photographic memory of everything that he reads and perceives, and he doesn't see things the way that regular people would see other people, and see things and understand things. Like he can read them and comprehend them, that, but he doesn't like yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but And then we have Beth, who is a widower, and has been left a lot of money, but her parents was not a great name, but she was married to a vicar, and he takes her in to become his wife. He wants her to become his wife. She declines at first, but as things progress, it means it's more convenient for them to get married, kind of thing. But there's also like this police inspector trying to solve some murder, and he's very convinced that Ian or Hart, who are the two Mackenzie brothers this one involves the most about, are the cause of those deaths. But Beth is very certain that none of them had done it, so she's trying to prove their innocence, kind of thing. Enjoyed it overall. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed the characters individually. I thought they were very complex and a lot of depth to them, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next books will be about, because I did really seem to enjoy some of the brothers in here. I really hope that there'll be like an Isabella Mac story arc soon, because they were like married but has been separated for 3 years, like kind of that, and I'm hoping that they have like a second chance romance kind of thing soon, because there's definitely been some pining after each other, but not really being able to talk it through, kind of thing. But yeah, so I enjoyed that one, and looking forward to reading more from this series in the future. Next up will be, I'm actually also currently listening to a book. I'm halfway into it, and that is 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake, which follows this woman who is a spinster. She's like 28 years old and not married, and she has just witnessed her sister becoming engaged to this man, and she is sad because she's expected to act a certain way and not really allowed to do anything, but still she's also at this age of her life where there's a good chance she will never get married, and kind of thing. I should not be looked at in that way. But then we have what's his name? He's like considered a rake, and she has to help him with his sister. Yeah, as things go on, there's a lot of heat going on between them, and she has sort of this list she wants to go through of things that she wants to explore, because she wants to try and live her life, find out who she is. So she's taking all of these tasks that a proper lady would never do, she wanted to go to like have a cigar and she wanted to go to karate, kind of thing, and lots of other things on her list. And also she wanted to have a kiss. I think that's one of the first things she asked. She asked this man if he will kiss her, because that is one thing that you like to try out, because she's never been kissed before, and that's something she wanted to do. And then he says okay that he could do it, but he would want something in return. But then she's like, yeah, I could do that, but then you'll need to do something for me later, kind of thing. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I think this one is, of the audios that I've listened to, this one has been my favorite for sure. So we'll see how it ends up going. It's definitely I'm really enjoying it, and it's been quite it's building up its steam so far, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this one will go. And yeah, happy to have started out this one, and yeah, we'll check in with you later. My battery is flashing at me, so I just wanted to make this quick update and let you know how I've been doing with my books. And next up I'll be starting out with The Flappers Baby Scandal, and see how far I can get. I definitely think that I'll try and finish that, and I'll finish another audio after this, but then I'll stop with the historical romances, just because we're nearing like the end of week 2 of this, but also it's a little too much romance, historical romance at once. So I'm happy this is definitely a completely different setting, so hopefully that will get me through this. I've actually started Sword of Darkness by Kelly McGregor, which is apparently Sheldon Kenyon, which is weird because there's like a blurb from Sheldon Kenyon on here that says Kelly McGregor writes fantasy the way I would by Sheldon Kenyon. I was like, when I figured that she was like, this was a pseudonym of her, I was like, that's a little bit tacky putting a saying that, but I mean, I guess it's true because it is her. Hello. I'm trying to stop this, but yeah, started this one. This is historical paranormal romance, so, but I won't finish this. I'm only like a prologue and 2 chapters in, and it's a Arthurian legends kind of thing, but you can definitely tell like it's the same vibe that the stories give up as the Dark Concept books. So, yeah. So that is what is going on right now, and I need to be done with like historical romances for a bit. I've definitely been satiated with my historical romance need. But not that I won't go. That's not to say that I won't continue to read historical romance. I just need a break from it for a bit when I'm done with this. But I'm really enjoying both of like 9 Rules to Break when romancing a rake. So I'm definitely enjoying that. So we'll check in with you when I finish it. I don't know if that will be tomorrow or what it will be. It all depends on a lot of things. So yeah, but this was my short update because my battery is flashing at me, as I said, and I need to stop filming. So I'll see you later. Bye. Hello friends, it is Thursday, so a couple of days later, and I wanted to check in because I finished another book, and I am also making a lot of progress on. Today I finished 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake by Sarah MacLean. This is the first book in a series. Hold on, I forgot what the series is called. Yeah, Love by Numbers. So we follow this woman who is a spinster, and she has made a list of things she wants to do because she feels like it's boring to just be the way that women, like, it's as if women has to act a certain way, obviously, in this time. And even at this point she's just fed up with everything because she's a spinster, like 28 I think, and not considered marriage material anyway, so why should she have to act like a proper lady when she, like, chances are that she's never gonna find anyone by her thoughts. And then she but she also knows that in order for her to complete all of these things, she needs to find someone who's able to do some of the things on her list, which includes like getting a first kiss, and it also has like her wanting to try fencing. She wants to try a cigarette, not a cigarette, a cigar, and drinking scotch, whiskey, and stuff like that, which is kind of fun. And she finds that there's one man she wants to try, like, at least she needs someone in order to try out the kiss thing, and she goes and hunt for someone, and she finds the Marquess, I think, and he is known as a rake, and she decides that he could be the one that she tries it out with, and yeah, things goes from there. Then he finds out, in order to keep a secret kind of thing, he wants something in return for like giving like the kiss kind of thing, and he wants help with his sister, in order to find, like, become ready for, like, I think the season or whatever, I forgot. Or is it that she's teaching her that to be a proper lady kind of thing, helping her out at least. And then more things led to another, and they obviously start forming a lot of feelings towards each other. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought our main character was so much fun. This is my favorite of the audios for sure. So I I really enjoyed the romance here. I like that it was she definitely didn't see herself as a proper lady in the way that, because she was older and has always been a wallflower kind of thing. So she didn't deem herself worthy, and as time goes on, obviously he becomes quite devoted with her, but she never really believes anything that he's saying, like it's like a spur of the moment kind of thing. And all she wants is, like, she falls in love with him and she wants him to love her too. So she decides she can't be with him when he doesn't love her, kind of thing. I don't know if that was too much I said there, but I really enjoyed it. I definitely will continue with Sarah MacLean. This was so much fun. I forgot what I gave it, 4.5 at least. I think maybe 5 stars. I'll have to think about that. But the other book that I've also started on, A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman. But I'm only half an hour into that. I listened to half an hour while I was cooking, because I finished the other one and then I listened to another half an hour while I was cooking. So I can't really say much about it at this point, but I'll definitely find out soon. I think I will finish this over the weekend, even if my weekend is going to be really, really busy. I have also made a lot of progress on the Flappers Baby Scandal. I am about halfway into it. I'm on page 159 out of 363. I think this is like large font, large print kind of book. It's definitely, usually these are like 250 pages, but I like the larger font. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like I get somewhere really quickly. And it makes me, it's nice to know, nice when you read like 70 pages an hour of a book. So definitely think that I'll finish this over the next coming days. I'm also going to be reading some of it now in bed, because I'm very intrigued. The thing, we're following the oldest sister, Betty. Betty is the oldest sister in this family. Their father, I mentioned this before when I read the first one, but their father is very rich and he is very controlling and doesn't want anyone, her daughter, like, they are living on a very, very strict rules, and he wants to find them proper husbands that won't go into his money pocket, if you will. So it's very important that whoever they end up marrying actually has some money. However, they sneak out every night in order to go out, like secretly, in order to go to this secret bar, the place where they can go dancing. And she meets someone there that she had a kiss with many, many years before, when she was in Seattle with her mother visiting an aunt or something. And she had her first kiss, and he left her, and they never saw each other again until this very moment. So she was very angry with him at first, because she believed that he sort of used her, kind of thing, and just left her there after having kissed her and never talked to her again. But they see each other, they dance, and they have a like instant contractions. That's not what I would say. Instant attraction. That's definitely a different word. Hold on. Oh, I had to get my hair down. It was bothering me a bit. However, I very much enjoy this one so far. One of the things I've really enjoyed about these books is there's an underlying mystery going on in the books. This one is going on at the same time as the first one, sort of. Because I believe she meets Henry the same day that Patsy from the first one meets Lane. So that's very interesting. Very much. I think it's fun to see her story at the same time as something that happened in the first book is happening as well. So yeah, but obviously they have a fling, and she actually like sleeps with him, have sex with him. Yeah, has sex with him, and at this point in time, she has just discovered that she's pregnant, or like she believes she's pregnant, but at the same time, her father wants her to marry this guy named James. So she's like, he wants to force her into it, and she's sort of agreeing because she can't find Henry and stuff. Overall, very interesting so far. I mean, I think that the fact that she's pregnant at this point is not a spoiler, considering it's a baby scandal. So she's going to have to be pregnant at some point. So yeah, now I'm ready. Interesting seeing how this is going to end up, because as I said, there's a mystery going on as well that I'm really enjoying. At this point, I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as the first one. The first one was such a surprise, because it's so different than other historical romances that I read. But I definitely feel, I'm definitely very intrigued, and I keep wanting to read from it, so that's a good sign. So I definitely predict that I will be able to finish this over the weekend, but I have a lot of plans, as I said. Tomorrow we have a company party, like a summer dinner party thing with my company, where we are like, I think last time I saw there were 104 people going to go. So it's because it's both us and partners and former partners of the company kind of thing. So not like the other partners, like husbands, wives, other type life partners, whatever you call it. Yeah. So that's why there are so many, because we are like, in total we are about 60 in the company overall, so definitely more than is hired here. So that's what happens tomorrow, and then Saturday I'm going to this one-day festival thing that I have tickets for. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to get on any of those days, and then Sunday is the only day that I have off from anything, so it depends on how tired I am, how much I'm going to be reading, but I really want to try and see if I can't finish this by Sunday, so we'll see how things goes. This is my update for now. I will talk to you when I have more to say about the books. See ya. Hello friends, this is my final clip because I just finished, like 20 minutes ago I finished The Flappers Baby Scandal by Laurie Robinson. It is Sunday the 19th. So definitely spent a little bit more time on these books than I expected to, but as I've also mentioned, I didn't have a lot of time over the weekend to actually read something. So except for today, and today I just finished like mostly close to half of the book. So I'm just happy I finished it. I also finished my final audiobook, A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman. So Flappers Baby Scandal, I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't as good as the first one, not that this was bad or anything. I think was wowed a little bit more by the first one, maybe because it was fresh and new and stuff. But I did really enjoy the romance in here. And the mystery elements is just that is added to it is a lot of fun. So I think for people who enjoy the intrigue line, but would like to try out some historical stuff, this series could be a good one because it has some mystery elements to it. So definitely recommend this one. A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman was also a lot of fun, and was sort of this forbidden romance thing between two rival families, but also at the same time with a girl who was trying to find a way to help out her father, who was in a lot of debt, and trying to get out of that situation, and while still not letting people know that he was in a lot of debt, because no one knew about this. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the romance in that one as well. and I definitely think that I will end up enjoying Kate Bateman's novels in the future, so I'll definitely continue to read her books. So it has been a successful vlog, and especially considering I'm planning on trying out at least one more book from each of the authors, because I've definitely enjoyed them all enough that I can I want to try out more. So yeah, in that way it has been a pretty good success, and very happy about that. So yeah, this will be the final clip for me, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any other historical romance authors you want to recommend to me, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'm definitely eager to try out some more, but I'm going to have a break from historical romances for a while, because I think that I've maxed out this past weeks from my historical romance need at the moment. So I'm going back to more normal stuff now, I think. I mean, I have 3 books from my Kindle that I'm gonna try and see if I can finish, and then I have Sword of Darkness by Kenny McGregor, aka Sherilyn Kenyon, that I need to get back to. So yeah, this is my final update. I'm hoping you enjoyed this one, and yeah, I'll see you in another vlog video soon. I wanted to have a wrap up at this point, but I don't know when that will be. So we'll see if I end up doing a wrap up over the week. We'll see. I've just been so busy in my weekends, so I haven't really had time to sit down and film. In my work days, I try to actually put focus on reading when I have some time, instead of a lot of other things. So reading or being like active and stuff, or social. That's basically what I'm doing on my day-to-day things. So weekends are the time when I'll sit down and film something if I feel the need to. So yeah, we'll see what happens next weekend, because I'm also quite busy then, but Sunday should be clear, so maybe I can film something then. But at least I've been vlogging, so you have this to watch for a bit. So yeah, I hope it's okay. Anyway, yeah, as I said, this is everything. I hope to see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.